All right, so for the fish dissection, depending on the kind of fish we get, sometimes they're wrapped in paper, sometimes they're loose, sometimes they're in plastic bags. For this year, we're doing plastic bags. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and cut this bag open. Do me a favor, cut it open on the caudal fin side. So just take your scissors. Just an FYI, this is going to smell really bad compared to any of the other dissections that we've done. All right, so open that up. You're going to go ahead and slide your fish out. Be very careful when you slide this out, especially because the fins have spines. So just wiggle them out. Okay. Now be careful with the bag because there's still some juice in there. Now, have somebody help you with the sink. You know, I'm by myself here, but have them turn it on. Same thing as always, give it a little pinch. Rinse your fingers because it is going to smell really bad. Now, please be careful with the spines. They are extremely sharp, so don't go like that and jam your finger. Give it a quick rinse. If it falls, no big deal. Now, just make sure your tray's with you. Take your fish. Make sure it's not dripping too much. Give it a little wiggle, wiggle. Drop it right on the tray, and then we're moving on to the next part. All right, now when you're over at your station, we're going to orientate your fish like this. Again, just please be careful with those spines. Again, really sharp. So over here, you have your dorsal side, you got your ventral side, you have your anterior, you have your posterior. Now, this part is all muscle. So everything above the lateral line is all muscle. There's just this little pocket right around here where the organs are located. And that's the part that you're going to have a little trouble getting into compared to some of the other dissections. So today you're going to want to be careful, not only with the spines, but you're going to be using a larger scalpel than normal. You can use your scissors, kind of got to get a feel for it. So first thing you need to do is you're going to need to flip it on the ventral side, locate its anus. You can kind of squeeze and see, there we go. Oh, it's good. You. But that's what we're looking for, I guess. We're going to cut all the way between the two pelvic fins, all the way up sort of underneath the chin. Okay, so when you're cutting, get your hand out of the path of the scalpel. You're not going to go super deep. You're going to insert it here. It'll go in pretty easily into the anus. And then you will just start dragging a little bit. Again, just be careful. It just light drags. If it doesn't go in a straight line, it's fine. As we go here, you can start seeing some stuff inside. Okay. Now you could get your scissors. It is pretty tough though, so I recommend your scalpel. Try to keep it a straight line if you can. If you need to, make a couple of passes over. If it's freaking you out, go ahead and get your scissors. Go ahead and insert. And eventually you're going to start hitting some tough spots right here. Okay. But whatever works. Just, again, be careful not to jam your scalpel or your scissors in too far. Now, at this point, again, and you can even tear it a little bit underneath the chin, just kind of be careful. Okay, so look, we can see a lot going on in there, okay? Next, we're gonna need to cut here and then lift it up like the hood of a car. So again, if you're a little freaked out with the scalpel, you can get your scissors. And the end of the line is the anus. So you're kind of gonna come back here, insert your scissors into the anus. You'll see some things fly out. Make sure you got your goggles on. And we're just going to make little snips. And then just kind of look and see, okay, how far up can I go? And that's really about it. Now, before you start cutting up the other side, you need to remove the operculum because it's going to get in your way. It says flap right here. It's also going to allow you to see the gills on the back. So we're going to take this. You can just bend it, and because it's basically bone, it's going to snap. And you could take your scissors, and you can cut through the operculum. I personally would rather you get the scalpel. Again, just be careful. Your fingers are not in the path. Be careful not to cut the gills. And you expose the gills right there. And over here, and you can just go ahead and take that off. All right. So now we got to cut up this way. This is probably going to get in your way as well. It is up to you if you want to cut it off. I'm going to cut it off. So I'll get rid of the pectoral fin so it does not get in your way. Again, I'm going to lift up and see, okay, what am I seeing here? So there's the gonad. There's the heart over there. So I'm going to kind of cut up and around right here as best I can. You could use a combination of your scalpel, your scissors. Now, if your eyes begin to water because the smell is really bad, then you can take it and gently rinse it underneath the tap for a little bit. If not, you should be okay. All right, so again, we're trying to lift. Now, see, some of the organs, just like before, are stuck. We're going to want to get them off. We can cut them a little bit, it's okay. All right. All right, so I need to cut some more. And again, you can lift up so you can see, okay, I'm not hitting any organs. Again, just keep your finger out of the path of the scalpel. Okay. So now this is about as high up as we can go. That's kind of the end of the line there. So we need to cut across this way. Again, I'm going to use my scalpel. If you need to use your scissors because you're a little afraid, that's okay. Go. All right. So you're going to have to move a couple of these structures right here. So this structure right here, because it's attached to the back, is a female. So this is the gonad on the female. Now when we open it up right over here, so if you get your needle, make sure that you point at things. This yellow structure right here, this is the liver. The heart is this dark one. Try to lift it up a little bit. Is this dark one right behind the liver. So again, we got the liver, gonad. Now this one just happens to be really large. I am going to really move it out of the way. So you have to dig your finger in and pull this out just a little bit, and then you can see the intestine. Now, how do you know it's the intestine? Well, the anus is here, right? Well, that's where the intestine is connected to. See? If I just follow the intestine, it leads me right to the anus. Okay. All right, this is the stomach here. So again, we got heart, we got liver, we got stomach. Now, this is the stuff that trip people up. It's the pyloric ceca. So sort of near the intestines. Okay, I'm following the intestines over here. We have these little finger-like projections. You can spread them out. And this just increases the digestive surface area of the intestines. Stomach, like I said, is this thing right here, sticking out right there. And then the swim bladder on this one is way up here. We kind of cut it open, but it's this bag part that's on the, let's see if I can get some of the juice out. This sort of silvery color. It's kind of right there in the upper portion. All right, so that kind of guides us through our look at the fish. Sorry about that shaky. Now for cleanup, once we're done, we are going to put it back inside the bag. We're going to take the body wall, we're going to put it in there, pectoral, any other little pieces. Try to pick up as many of the scales dissectors as you possibly can, that way they're not sticking all over the place. And make sure you give your tools a wipe down as much as possible. This one, like I said, it's gonna smell. So just dab this as much as you can with paper towels. Get up as much of the liquid off of this as you can.